So, what is so great about Shepparton? Well, many great events take place right here, and even here. Maybe it's the great weather, the sunshine, places and spaces. Or is it the great rivers and beautiful lakes? Water flows and things that grow? It could be the food. It's grown right here, you know. What about the artistic and cultural experiences that can be found in great locations? Including the colourful moving art cows scattered all around this great city. But it's also a place where great sports come to play. And those who enjoy the lifestyle so much decide to stay. It's a place of happy families and smiling faces, so it must be a great place to be. See, that's the thing about Shepparton. It's not just one, but many great things.
Aussie Gutter Protection. Are leaves, debris, blocking your gutters? The do-it-yourself attempt wasn't a success? Pests and birds nesting in your roof? Just relax. Help is on its way.
Aussie Gutter Protection started way back in 2000. It's a family-run business and it's an industry recognised leader, growing every day with more and more homes being protected.
Blocked gutters can cause flooding inside the house, and that can be expensive. Drains can get blocked, and that can be expensive too. Just one small ember from a distant bushfire can be disastrous. Pests or nesting birds can bring disease inside the home. Do it yourself? No. Too many people die or are seriously injured falling from ladders. It's a big problem.
This particular homeowner has gone down the DIY path. As you can see, little or no success. After a short period of time, the gutters are all blocked up. Again, some of it's blown away and missing. Not to mention the danger of actually installing it yourself, height, things like that, falling off a roof. Not a good situation. It's not only leaves that can block up your gutters, pine needles as well. With this house so close to pine trees, you can see the result.
Aussie Gutter Protection's installers are trained to deliver a professional and secure finish to your home or building. Experienced people and great service.
A very good evening to you. Wherever you're watching from, whatever device you are watching on, you are with Bowls Victoria's live stream coverage of the Steller Vic Open, brought to you by Aussie Gutter Protection, protecting Australian roofs for the past 17 years. Call 1300 885525 or go to aussiegutterprotection.com.au to find out more. This is the Steller Vic Open, and this is the Department of Youth. We've got a mixed pairs semi-final for you here between three very talented under-18 players and one who's not. This is a mixed pairs semi-final between Curtis Hanley and Mikayla Long, and father and daughter combination David and Sarah Ashby of Clayton. Should be a fantastic game. This is the semi-final. Both teams have been playing very, very well. Certainly in Mikayla and Curtis's case, probably no surprise to see them here. Dave and Sarah Ashby have been a big surprise packet of the mixed pairs. Father and daughter playing together. They play for Clayton in Melbourne Metropolitan Pennant. Mikayla plays for Sunbury. Curtis Hanley for Melbourne. My name's Guy Hand. It's great to have you wherever you're watching from as part of our live stream today. And it's a real pleasure to bring in my co-commentator for the evening, the voice of Bowls in the Goulburn Valley on 98.51 FM, Daniel Nichols. It's great to have you, Daniel. And may we also say that Daniel is also a men's triple semi-finalist at the Vic Open, playing in the men's triple semi-finals a little earlier in the day. Unfortunately not coming away with a win, but still a great effort to get that far. Daniel, great to have you back on the coverage.
Yeah, good afternoon, Guy. Yeah, equal third. That's the best I've ever done in the Vic Open, so pretty happy with that. Yeah, quarter-finalists got played this morning and just got through into the semis, and came across Brad Foote, Cameron Wilson, and the leader's name was Nick Young, but far too consistent for us. But equal third, yeah, very happy with that.
Fantastic performance, and good to have you back on the commentary team.
It's very good to be here.
As you were last year. And we've got a really exciting game in progress here. Three of these players aged 18 or under in Curtis Hanley, Mikayla Long, two of the brightest talents. Curtis now out of the under-18s, but a fantastically bright talent. Mikayla herself just 17, an Australian under-18 champion. And Sarah Ashby, who herself is 17 and playing with her dad, David. It's a fantastic story, these two. They weren't expecting to stay any longer than Wednesday. They've had to book some emergency accommodation for tonight. And there might well be another night involved, if they can win this and get into the mixed pairs final tomorrow. It's a fantastic game in progress. I think with David and Sarah, they've been very, very surprised by their progress here, but they've been playing very, very good bowls, and they've taken a couple of big scalps along the way. They've tracked to the semi-final here in the knockouts, a 20-13 win over Catherine Hunt and Ian Osher, 16-7 win over Joanne Lai and Ian Bloor of Middle Park. Then they claimed a big scalp in the round of 16. Two players playing very, very good bowls, taking out state women's team coach Jan Hurst and state player Dane McKinnon, 11-9 in the round of 16. And a one-shot quarter-final win over Mia Noasard and John Stokes to get this far.
It's always good to watch the youth, Guy. It's always good to see them play at this year, and then you always look at them 2 or 3 years down the track and see how much they developed. So yeah, it'd be good to see how they go under pressure. But I think Curtis has had plenty of that.
Curtis has had a lot of experience. He was the Australian indoor runner-up in 2016, beating Aaron Sheriff along the way before Jeremy Henry claimed him in the final. It was an extraordinary run from Curtis. Played in the World Indoors the next year. He's a winner here at the Vic Open. He and his brother Kane won an unforgettable men's pairs final with the last shot of the match, interestingly, against a Clayton pairing in that 2015 Curtis pulling off the pressure bowl, I think, of all time to win that. And Mikayla, a fine under-18s player, a product of our Victorian under-18 system. Australian Open under-18 runner-up this year. And a former Victorian under-18 singles champion. So we're underway here. First end of 15, Ashby and Ashby versus Long and Hanley. Not hard to spot David and Sarah Ashby there in the bright green Clayton tops with the Cobra on the back. Curtis in the very cool Drake's Pride long-sleeved hoodie there.
Yeah, and his partner in Henselite.
And his partner, Mikayla, in the very smart Henselite top. Curtis and his brother Kane have been cutting quite figures in those particularly cool hoodies during their matches.
They look very lightweight as well, more of a summer hoodie.
Well, it was 35 degrees under the roof here yesterday, and both Curtis and Kane were playing under the roof here in those, so they must be lightweight. Either that or they do not feel the heat.
So Sarah swapped over hands there. Gave a forehand a try, still down. That backhand looks pretty blocked off at the moment, so they've switched over to the forehand. No one's quite got their weight just yet. Might take a few ends.
It has taken a little while for players to adjust to this. We've had a couple of televised matches here now, and we've certainly seen that it's taken players a little time to adjust, with the exception of Lee Schreiner, absolutely dominant in his men's singles.
But is he human?
Well, we were asking that very same question, Daniel, in the previous match that we televised. It was an unbelievable 21-4 win over Nathan Murray, a very accomplished bowler. It wasn't that Nathan bowled badly, it was just Lee Schreiner was absolutely on fire. So it's taken people a little time to find their rhythm on this rink here.
The greens are different like that. The green outside at Shepparton Park, both greens are completely different to this carpet. The weight's probably only about a second and a half different, but the grass is different. Yeah, a lot more draw out in the grass than what this carpet does.
So that, I think's nudged Mikayla's bowl on there. Is that Mikayla's bowl? He's nudged on.
Yeah, so
I think so. Yeah.
Hanley and Long are using the red and the white and blue,
yep.
And then the Ashbys have got the white speckled and the greeny coloured bowls.
Yeah, correct.
So they're holding 3 shots,
yeah.
And
it's a really nice bowl from Curtis there.
it has opened the hand up a little bit more. He's got a few bowls to sit on now, which would help on the first end, especially if you haven't quite got your weight right. It's always a struggle, those first few ends, trying to dead draw the shot if you don't know how fast the green is. So big bowl here for David.
And he's chasing down after this.
Needs to sit on something.
So he likes what he sees.
Needs to sit it.
Ooh.
So they're holding 4.
Yeah, so Hanley and Long have a few here.
It's definitely
First end
3.
in. Definitely 3, possibly 4. And depending on what Curtis Hanley does here, maybe a very large number indeed.
The thing about the experienced bowlers, if they get off to a good start, pick up numbers on the first few ends, it's very hard to get even close to them. So this is a good display of bowls. Could be a handful.
Oh, bang on Curtis Hanley. We think 5 there.
Yep. Not the best start for the Ashbys, but...
No. So 5 down for the Ashbys to start. Long and Hanley off to a flyer. They hold a 5-0 lead. We play 15 ends in the mixed pairs. This is a mixed pairs semi-final. Now with Mikayla, Long and Curtis Hanley's road here, They've tracked pretty well too. 21-6 win over Mike Hoffman and Elizabeth Kearse in their first knockout match. Then a really big win. Beat Glenn and Lynn Thatcher, who play here at Shepparton Park, 17-10. And Glenn and Lynn Thatcher were in mighty form. They had taken out Bryce Young and Taylor Morrison earlier in a big win. They've taken out 2 state players, come to this. Long and Hanley dispatched them on their home green. Pretty big win. In the round of 16, 15-10 win over Tom Webb and former Australian Jackaroo Dawn Heyman. And in the quarterfinals, 21-11 win over the very experienced Paula Wood and Alistair Watson. So they'll be playing with some confidence.
Definitely. Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if the Ashbys take a few ends to sort of get their weight.
It's a big game here for Sarah. Sarah's in year 11 at Druin Secondary College. And she's 17. She's missing her exams to play in the Vic Open.
Look at this. Draws the shot.
Oh, that's a lovely shot.
Great bowl.
Well bowled, Sarah Ashby. Might have found that line, eh?
Yeah, she's got the one on now, so she should know the weight. It's a really good carpet here at Shepparton Park. Once you find your line and your weight, you should be on it all day. Doesn't change at all.
Well, if Lee Schreiner is any example of that, goodness me.
And that rink side usually draws, you've probably noticed in the before footage that it's drawn a lot more than the other hand. Most ditch sides don't draw as much, but on this surface, yeah, much more draw on that ditch side than the open hand.
So what can Kurt do here? Certainly no stranger to success at the Vic Open. The men's pairs final in 2015, seriously one of the absolute all-timers here.
He's got plenty of bowls surrounding Sarah's there, so David really needs another bowl in the head. Not a bad effort. He's got the right idea, David. Yeah, Curtis pushes his bowl through. It's close again. Oh, it's made a little bit harder though. David needs another bowl in the head, but at the same time he kind of needs to get to that white and blue bowl. So if Curtis does punch the green onto the jack, he's not down so much. So that's not a bad bowl there either. It's coming backhand. You can see the jack clear of this hand. Just ducking under. No damage done though. Sarah's signalling it to be slowed down a little bit. It looks like it's going to be another shot.
Definitely.
That's two.
So two to the Ashbys there, just what they needed. They're on the board, Ashby and Ashby, trailing 2-5 against Mikayla Long and Curtis Hanley. 2 ends down to 15. This is the Steller Vic Open mixed pair semi-final. Mikayla Long, this is a bit of uncharted territory, the Vic Open. She's never got this far.
Yeah,
In the Vic
okay.
Open before. Considering how well she's gone in other events, I do find that a little surprising. But then again, she is only 17,
Yeah.
so she certainly hasn't played a massive amount. But
So Mikayla's had a lot of success in under-18 events. That's correct, isn't it?
correct, yeah.
So
She's been one of our best under-18 bowlers for a couple of years.
So the Australian Open under-18 runners-up.
Runner-up this
in the
year.
singles,
Yep,
yep.
she was beaten in the singles by the brilliant young player from the Gold Coast, Jessica, whose last name escapes me. A fantastic young player, beat her in that. No disgrace. Mikayla's been in the Australian under-18 team. She's a product of our Bowls Victoria under-18 junior development system, as is Curtis, actually. And terrific bowlers both. Mikayla, these days at Sunbury, under the watchful eye of former NTC coach and one of the best coaches in the game, Mark Cowan.
Yeah, handy correction there.
It's a lovely shot, Mikayla.
She took about 6 foot on her last and she got pretty close. So it's interesting, this a father and daughter combination. You don't really see it very often.
You know, this is really funny, Daniel, and interestingly, it comes back to Mikayla's club, Sunbury. In Pennant 2 weeks ago, they had 10 of their 16 Pennant players were related. We had 2 father, son and daughter combinations, including Mikayla with her brother and her father playing in their first team, a father-daughter combination in Mark and Elise Cowan, and a brother-sister combination in Taylor and Lockie Morrison. What we were saying, that is an absolute rarity, and you're right about that. But with open Pennant, that's going to change. And we're going to see a lot more of these situations where fathers and daughters play together. Mums and sons play together. We had our first mother-son in the Victorian team back in 2016, Jodie Neville and Jack Woodhouse playing their mother and son. So these combinations which would have been deemed unusual a few years ago are going to start to become more common with A, open Pennant, and B, the changing demographics of our game.
Yeah.
As players get younger, they're, you know, if you go back 25, 30 years, there certainly weren't a lot of players of the age of 3 of the 4 we've got out here today. So the times they are changing. And we do have open Pennant in Victoria. For those watching interstate, all our Pennant is open apart from a couple of women's only events. That's the law in the state of Victoria. So all our Pennant is, or the vast majority of our Pennant is mixed.
Looks like Hanley Long probably got 2 shots there. Yeah, there's nothing better, like most people that win an event with their best friend, it's a good feeling. But winning an event with a family member, there's nothing better than that.
Well, I think we saw that last year in the women's pairs, an unforgettable moment there with Roanna Smith and Loreen Smith, mother and daughter.
There was tears there, wasn't there?
There was tears there. It was a very emotional presentation, and I would hazard to say probably my favourite moment of the 2016 Vic Open. It was a great game. They played so well, and they were so overcome. And playing with a family member is fantastic. Something you know a little bit about, Daniel.
Yeah.
With Nagambie.
Yeah, so I
Playing
played
with
with my father, at Nagambie, and we just recently won the Golden Valley pairs title with my father, and just before Pennant ended last year was the champion of champions with my father. So, yeah, no, we team up pretty well together, and it's you can shake their hand after and have a beer, but you want to give your dad a big hug after that, and it's a good feeling.
And the beauty of bowls is it's one of those sports that you can play intergenerationally, that you can have, you know, multiple generations. I mean, we've seen often situations where 3 generations of the same family are playing in the same team or in the same combination. And that's a fantastic thing that really very few sports apart from ours can provide.
Played a little bit of weight on here. Yeah, I don't know what David was trying. I think he was trying to maybe get to those other 2 bowls, or punching up Long's bowl and coming up with it. But he did have the back bowls there, if the jack did go back. The good thing about 3 bowl pairs is if you've... Look at that.
Oh, it's a peach.
It's going to be 3.
Yep, lovely from
Most of the
Curtis
time,
Hanley.
you put your first one down and you're a little bit through, and then your next one's a little bit short, then your third one's most of the time going to be dead on it. And you can correct very well with your 3rd bowl.
So that's 3 shots there to Long and Hanley, and they're off to a flyer. 8-2 up. And we're into the 4th end of 15. So the sort of start they would want. Now the Ashbys have to try and find that line and length and bring themselves back into the contest.
You can see how smoothly these bowls come down. I mean, it's very hard to get a bowl out so good. Even then, Mikayla's delivery is very smooth, and it still has a little wobble to it. With these bowls, you can't tell. Sarah's bowl looking pretty good.
This is looking all right, isn't it?
Yep, that's handy.
Welcome. Nice bowl.
So Mikayla needs to get one on or a little bit behind. Something behind won't hurt. Yep, it's a handy bowl. Not a bad bowl, just didn't quite come in as much as she wanted it to. She got her weight right. So, Mikayla gets another one in the head, a little bit behind. It will make a good shot on here for Curtis. Needs to keep running.
Just running a wheat bix there.
Yeah, and Sarah's matched up Mikayla's bowl there.
Interesting state of affairs now.
Yeah, well, Curtis has got an open hand there, and he's also got a few bowls to bump up. So, sure he already knows what he's doing, though.
Curtis from the Melbourne club in Taylor Bowls Premier Division in Melbourne. Reigning champions of that competition.
It's just come under. Close. Yeah, David needs another bowl on the head again. Sometimes the elite bowl, the really good bowlers can always see a lonely bowl. And although David's got 3, he definitely needs another one in the head, I believe. Yep, that's a good bowl.
It's a really good bowl, David Ashby. It's a couple here, you think?
Yeah, they're holding 2. Looks like Curtis has played a little bit more weight. Oh, yes, what a bowl.
Wow. So often Curtis Hanley comes up with a clutch shot.
Yeah, definitely.
If there was one bowler I'd like to would get to bowl for my life, it might be Curtis Hanley. He just comes up with a clutch shot, and he's ice cool when he needs to. Great shot there.
Right, so Dave just needs a couple more feet on his last. It's coming in nicely.
He's in the game here.
Oh. It's in the area. Definitely going to be no walk in the park for Curtis and Mikayla this game.
No, definite signs of life in this end.
So it's hard to see who actually got the shot from this angle.
Yeah.
I don't know if Curtis was feeling a little bit like he was going to bump that green one up. I don't think he had faith in the green as to whether he can get around it.
It's really hard to tell, isn't it, who's got shot here?
But
from our angle.
He just needs to maybe trust it. And hopefully not hit it up. Yes. Oof. They've got a couple now.
Yes. I would say definitely 2 to Long and Hanley here.
So by the way Curtis bowled there, it looked like he was trying to maybe look for David's bowl and pick up 2 or 3. He got the jack anyway, and they're holding 2. Dave's got about 3 feet to draw the shot. Looks like it's a little bit running. It needs to stop. Oh. You might have it. Looks like 1 to Ashby from here, but Kane's bowl, it's either 1 up or 1 down.
Yeah. See, Curtis's bowl is just being measured here.
Curtis, sorry. Get them muddled up, the brothers.
And that'll be 1 to Hanley and Long. Thinking here, yes. So Hanley's bowl wins the day. They're out to a 9-2 lead.
Yeah, 1/3 of the way. Well, this is the 5th end now.
So 9-2 to Long and Hanley. Curtis very much a local, sort of there's a lot of local interest here at Shepparton Park or in this region. Now, Curtis is a local from the area, he's from Catamatite, where he still lives in the area. And
we actually had, we had three people today. So we got Curtis from Catamatite, Matt Robertson's from Shepparton, he bowls at Benalla, and we've also got Mitchell Sidebottom, who's from Shepparton, but he actually plays at South Bendigo.
Yes. So there's a lot of local interest still in the tournament, and Curtis and family still live in the region. His mum Justine has given Curtis and his older brother Kane every opportunity to play high-level bowls. For a few years now, they've made the long drive from this part of the world down to Melbourne every Saturday to play pennant over the summer, and it's paid off. These are 2 fine bowlers. Kane made the last 32 of the men's singles as well, and also a former men's pairs champion with his brother. Justine put many miles on their car, I'm sure, driving them down.
Their #1 supporter. She's always there with them, always supporting them.
And a fantastic lady, and a great help in the under-18 program that Bowls Victoria runs as well. Justine has been a fantastic volunteer for us over a long period of time. Justine is here watching, as you would expect. As are Mikayla's parents, Julianne and Wayne. I've seen Julianne here. I believe Wayne's here as well. They'll be watching in the crowd. For Sarah, well, Dad's right there at the other end of the green.
Yeah. And Sarah's got one bowl there. Mikayla's went too far off.
She's leading well, Sarah, isn't she?
Yeah, definitely. She'll be very nervous. Probably the first time that she's ever been on TV for lawn
I
bowls.
would think so, yeah. Not many signs of nerves, though. She's certainly leading really well.
She seems very composed,
Yeah.
which is a good sign.
And she's getting out of her exams, too.
Yeah, good bowl.
Oh, lovely work from Curtis Hanley.
Might still be down.
Yeah, I think they're definitely still down here. Yeah, you're right, Daniel.
Yep, David's added another bowl there.
Well bowled.
Give him a couple.
So the Ashby's total are good here. They trail 9-2. So a number would help. A big number.
Curtis's bowl just ducked then. Might get a slide. He's got another one behind. Still 2 down. David's probably in 2 minds here as to whether he needs to get to the red or just put the pressure on. But it looks like he's covered, which I think's a good bowl there.
Yep.
As Curtis's first 2 bowls, I think he's been trying to maybe trail it, pick up a couple, 2 or 3.
Just a
Sip the
reminder.
bowl.
Just a reminder that we respot the jack here.
Yep.
On the tee, the Vic Open. For those watching in other areas, that's the tournament rules.
And there he is, got the bowl.
Well, great shot, Curtis Hanley. It is amazing how many times he comes good in the clutch,
Yeah.
this young man. I think in any level of elite sport, there's an element of those who can produce the great shot under pressure, and that sometimes is the thing that sets you apart at any
Yep.
level of great sport. And you look at people in basketball like Jordan and people like that. It's those moments that separate the great from the good.
Yeah, most of them have probably got they've all got the same ability. It's just the mental side of things. There we go. Got himself out of danger there.
Indeed. So we've got a gun and measure here.
Yeah, there's I'm from the Golden Valley. And I've been here for playing bowls for nearly 20 years, and there's always been 1, 2 or 3 bowls that are always better than everyone else, and then there's about 50 bowls which are all at the same level, and they just can't take that mental step. Yep,
So
Curtis
another
does it.
shot to Long and Hanley there. So Curtis has come good in the clutch yet again. It's 10-2. Long and Hanley. You're watching Bowls Victoria's live stream coverage of the Steller Vic Open. Our thanks to Steller, major sponsor of Victorian Bowls, the premier partner of Victorian Bowls, and the naming rights sponsor of the Vic Open. It's great to have Steller aboard. They're a medium density property developer. Steller, STELLER.com.au. Go and check them out. And our coverage brought to you by Aussie Gutter Protection. And they can help sponsor your club if you're in Victoria. Call 1300 88 5525 or go to AussieGutterProtection.com.au to find out more about what they can do for you and what they can do for your club.
Yep, not a bad bowl. The lead-in seems to be around about the 1 foot, 2 foot mark. Seems to be the best bowl so far. No one's actually dobbed one right on yet. Curtis and David are just picking up 1 or 2 here, pushing a bowl through.
should point out, we've talked a fair bit about Mikayla's under-18 achievements, but she's also famously won the state fours a couple of years ago with Tiffany Brodie, Carla Krasanik and Lisa Trewarn.
She'd been quite young then.
She was very young then. It was 2016, I think, 2016 State Champions Week.
Been as young as 15 years old.
Yeah. She was. Remember, she when she got her medal presentation, she brought her puppy along to the medal presentations, which made for some great after-match photos with Mikayla, Carla, and puppy.
Future of the sport, Guy.
She's a very, very good young bowler. And to have an open state championship under your belt, 17.
Yep.
The thing with Mikayla is she's very consistent. She's always there. She's always thereabout. In the under-18 event, she's always thereabouts. Semi-final, final. She's always thereabouts.
That's what you need. You always need bowls in the head, and you need consistency. Yeah, everyone can put scatter bowls and always put one good bowl in, but you got to always have them within the yardstick. I reckon Curtis has found his weight. He's been sort of thereabouts. He's just the line sort of. I don't think he's quite found his line yet. Doing a good enough job though.
David taking a good long look at this. He's turned his back. He's determined what he's going to do. Took a very good long look at that.
Sometimes when the head's set up like this, it's actually harder to play a shot because it's hard to draw the shot in there. There's not many gaps. So he decided to take the open hand so he can dead draw the shot. Just blocked it off again.
I think Ashby and Ashby got shot here. I think they do.
I think it's the back green bowl, yeah.
I think the back green one's got it. Again, just a slightly tricky camera angle. Now you can see the sunlight starting to creep through here. So the shadow's starting to appear on the indoor green.
Yeah, that'll be the backest. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Ashby will be playing, of course, onto his white one there. He doesn't also want to hit up Mikayla's bowl.
Yeah.
Hasn't really got any other choice, though. The other hand's blocked off with Curtis's bowl. He's decided to go forehand. He's got Curtis's red one. He's got his daughter's bowl there, the green. And try to find the gap. Not quite enough weight. He felt confident in the shot though, or else he wouldn't have played it.
It's a good signal for them going forward.
Yeah. Might even bring that one in. He's definitely got the one shot. It's opening that hand up now. He's got to play that hand. He's got his own to knock up, or he's got Curtis's to sit out. The other hand's just too jumbled up. Right, looks like he's going forehand. Let's see what happens here. He's playing weight. Oh, look at
lovely.
that. I did not see that happen.
Wow, that's a nice shot, David Ashby. That's a result there.
He's got one. Yep, that is a result.
And he's turned things around there. And at 10-2 down, they were in trouble if they didn't pick something up out of that. And they've picked one up. It's a 10-3 to Long and Hanley. And we're into the 7th end of 15. We play 15 here. It's a mixed pair semi-final you're watching. Mikayla Long from Sunbury, Curtis Hanley from Melbourne against David and Sarah Ashby, father and daughter combination from Clayton.
Yeah, that last bowl by David, didn't see it happen, but he must have he must have thought of that in his head before he bowled it.
Yeah, it was. He took a good long look at the head the previous shot too, and clearly he was getting something right in his mind.
So we're nearly halfway there. Yeah, that's a nice bowl. Yeah, definitely no signs of nerves here by Sarah. She's got it out her own. Just needs to sit on. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Good bowl.
It's a fantastic bowl. Sarah
Very
Ashby,
good bowl.
17 years old from Clayton.
It's good to
She's
see.
delivered a corker there.
It's good. Another good bowl there. When you're down, you always need to be up. Need to be behind. Placement bowls. Sarah looks like she's trying to cover. That's the backest. Mikayla's trying to get another bowl on the head here. And good bowl.
It's a terrific bowl, Mikayla Long.
They got 3 seconds. Yeah, I've noticed just watching Curtis, there's been a few ends there where he's had to think, but he already knows what shot he's going to play. Like he's already down the other end. He's pretty confident in what he sees. David looks like he's happy with one. And with that weight, it looks like he's trying to cover the back as well. Opened up a backhand shot here for Curtis. He's got a few receivers there. Trail or sit. Played nice weight to trail. Oh. Just need a little bit more. Now I think David will be much more settled if he gets another bowl back there. Just in that little spot in between the blue and white.
That's where you wanted it.
Still not going to turn. Yeah. He's got one bowl left. I reckon this next one will be playing a little bit narrower. What's David done here? What has he done? Oh, nearly out of another one.
Yeah, that's a nice bowl.
So Curtis got a shot on here. Could pick it up for 4.
He's on the march, Curtis Hanley. Look, he knows what he's going to do. He's on the march. He's determined.
He's already had 2 bowls down there. Let's see if he's gone a little bit narrower this time. Still don't know if it's going to turn for him. Not quite. So Sarah Ashby put one on, and it stayed there.
It has. So it'll be one shot to Ashby and Ashby. And they trail 10-4 to Mikayla Long and Curtis Hanley. We're into the 8th end of 15 in the mixed pairs semi-final. We hope wherever you're watching it from, whatever your device you're watching it on, we hope you're enjoying Bowls Victoria's live stream coverage of the Steller Vic Open. We've brought you some terrific matches today. In the men's singles quarter-final, Lee Schreiner running out a 21-4 winner over Nathan Murray, absolutely dominant. In the women's triples semi-final, Edwards and Edwards of Altona beating O'Regan, Davey and Gab of Lilydale/Bendigo East. And the men's singles quarter-final to start the day. An absolute ripping game. Ben Hubber defeating Matthew Robertson by a couple of shots in a game which was in the balance until the last end. Just bringing you up to speed in the men's singles, Ben Hubber bowed out in the semi-final, which was held a little later on. We showed a couple of ends of that match following the Schreiner demolition. And Mitch Sidebottom through to the men's singles final, defeating Ben Hubber.
Yeah, Mitch Sidebottom, a very old school bowler. He always gets bowls in the head, doesn't play very aggressive, usually, but when he does, he's usually always thereabouts. Oh, great bowl.
Well, that's a superb bowl, Mikayla Long. It was a good bowl from Sarah Ashby, but wow. Found a gap right in the middle.
Looks like Sarah might have pushed that one out a bit too much. I don't think it will come in from there.
It's been a big week for Mikayla Long. She graduated Year 12 last week before coming to the Vic Open. She may well be in a Vic Open final.
Yeah.
And that would cap off a pretty big week.
Celebrations.
Schoolies in Shepparton.
Don't think that would be very interesting.
You would know, Daniel.
Mm.
No, congratulations to Mikayla on graduating from Year 12. That's always a big event in anyone's life. Wouldn't it be great to cap her week off with a big showing here at the Vic Open? She's done very well in the women's singles too. She's in the quarterfinals of that. She's made that. And semi-finals here, holding a good lead and a significant chance to advance to her first final at the Vic Open.
So nothing to lose here, David. Pick it up. He's got a good second shot there. So you can afford to play that metre over. Pick up the jack for 2. Doesn't want to get the side of that bowl though.
No.
It's made it a little bit harder for him now.
Yeah, it has. Mikayla Long, her bowl holding shot there, the white and blue bowl.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that, if Mikayla Long's bowl, if you make contact with Sarah's bowl onto Mikayla's, whether the jack will go back to the green one or not. Depends on the angles, but...
Do you think he's thinking that?
He has gone backhand. He hasn't played weight. Gee, good effort. He did play the right way. That was a good try. The jack would have spat out to Sarah's other bowl. So good conditions here, Guy. It's been a thrill of a day. No wind. Just about 30 degrees top.
30 degrees, nice breeze starting to kick through now in the evening, but it's been a great week of weather. And a great week of weather for us all. We had a pretty ropey Saturday. We got some hailstorms and thunderstorms in the area. A couple of greens delayed for a couple of hours play. But aside from that, it's been 30 and sunny every day here in Greater Shepparton and the Goulburn Valley. We've played at 18 venues around the region, right throughout the Goulburn Valley, just about all venues in Shepparton. We've gone as far as Euroa and Benalla to play games.
Well, definitely needed with the 1,681 entries.
It's a record, and it's just an event that's growing every year. We don't know when it's going to stop now.
Start bringing in some more Murray clubs, and yeah.
It's a lovely bowl to get us rolling from Mikayla Long here.
Yeah, we've started to see a little bit more better bowls down by the leaders now. They've got their groove. Yeah, good try. Just ran out of legs.
More wheat bix, less sugar on that one, I think.
Oh, Sarah's blown a little bit of smoke as well. Yeah, that hand is a little bit blocked up. So come on the open hand. Yep, looking pretty good. Very good bowling.
Two absolute rippers from Mikayla Long there.
Yeah, you'd be happy with 2 out of 3. The way Sarah put that one down, it looked like she was trying to take that jack away. But they got 2 behind bowls. But Hanley and Long are holding 3 shots.
And at 11-4 up, Daniel, that's gold if they maintain it.
So Curtis covering. Trying to get to that green. In a good spot. It's a good bowl there. Most likely the jack's going to be going in that area. If David plays weight to pick up the jack, get the bowls out. If he goes through, he's cut it down. Only 2 down now. We've got a few receivers. Curtis will playing a metre behind. Try and match the white. Yeah, he's happy with 2 shots. And David, attempt number 2. He's playing the same shot. it's got enough weight here to... It's a good bowl there.
It's a very good bowl, but
Can come off it now. Play a little bit more positive now. There's only one down. Curse is holding shot. Right, let's see what he does here. Sitting out his bowl for 3. Sits out the bowl or trails the jack. Pretty handy bowl. Let's change things up a little bit though. David's one down. Sits his bowl here now and picks up 2 shots. That's what he'll be trying to do. Still got that little trail on, or it's not going to come in from there. That hand is a little bit narrower. Yep, they get one more, Guy.
yeah, another one. It's death by 1,000 cuts at the moment for Ashby and Ashby. Long and Hanley 12-4 up. We're about to start the 10th end of 15. Now, the other mixed pairs semi-final is going on the adjoining rink here. And that's between Gail Edwards and Lee Schreiner, who's backing up from the men's singles quarter-final here for a mixed pairs semi. And Janice and Wayne Parks from Inverloch. And at the moment, we are told that Edwards and Schreiner leading 7-6.
So Schreiner's still in 3 events.
Correct.
So he's definitely still the marathon man.
Yeah, he's in the final of 1 and semi-final of 2. Oh, it's another
Great start.
magnificent
It's
start
good
from
to see.
Mikayla Long. She's last 3 ends. She's just really got it together,
wrong.
hasn't she?
It's always good to see the leaders dobbing them on.
I'm very lucky. I get to see a lot of our under-18s through our program. It's a Structured Bowls Victoria program, and just in my role, I actually get to see a fair bit of them play. And Mikayla is just a wonderfully consistent bowler, but when she starts putting it on the jack, it stays there. And she can really get a roll on, she can get a hold of you.
That's the danger about having 3 bowls. Once someone's on with 3 bowls, they're... Yeah, this one's looking good too. Yep. You're not wrong there, Guy.
Yeah, we're very lucky. We get to see a lot of our under-18s in action at various tournaments, some that we run, some that others run. A lot of exposure to them, and Mikayla's certainly one of our best female prospects in the game in Victoria. And I don't think it'll be long until we see her in the senior team.
Sarah nearly got her there.
Yeah, nearly did. This is a big test for Sarah too, because I mean Sarah's 17 years old herself, and she's pitting herself against certainly 2 of the best young bowlers in the country here. She gets a real gauge of where she's at.
Yeah, definitely. She's lost a little bit of weight there, but she's got 2 rippers there. And Sarah's going to be trying to take that jack away and tuck it behind those bowls to make it harder to get at. And Dad's clapping it on. Not a bad effort. They really need to win this end, the Ashbys.
They need to, yeah. It is just at the moment they're Long and Hanley just picking up shot after shot, and not only the Ashbys need to win this, they need to post a big number soon, you think. The ends are getting away from them. We play 15. And they're 8 shots down.
Oh, doesn't want to clip it in. No, it's all right.
So what do you think? They've got 3 now? Or
I think it's still 2.
2. Again, just a little hard to tell from that angle, but
David's going to try and get the split here. Ooh, still one down.
Yep.
Opened it up.
at the very least saved one, possibly two.
His weight's always good. He just seems to be bumped into some bowls. If those bowls weren't there, his weight's really good.
Yeah.
David looks like he's playing that same hand. Not quite enough weight. So I'm pretty sure Curtis will just be trying to get another one in the head, get 2 shots. Nothing fancy here. Yep, he's in the area. Looking good. They're just pulling up.
Oh, they're just pulling up, aren't they?
They are.
I wonder if just the change of temperature is just the temperature's just dropped here. Probably the last 10, 15 minutes. There's just been a significant drop in the temperature. It's nice and cool under the roof now. But you're right, the last few bowls have just really just all pulled up short.
So David he's got 2 options here. He has been liking the forehand going this way a lot. Doesn't want, of course, bump up Curtis's bowl, but he's already had 2 there. He can come off his own. There is an open hand on the backhand there as well, pushing the white and blue bowl through. Or picking up the jack, but... Is it going to turn? Good effort. His own bowl probably only needed 3 rolls.
So another one.
They're 9 up with 5 to go.
Yeah.
I was in a similar boat in my semi-finals, Guy. We were 14-4 down with 5 to go. We got to 14-7. But then it was 15-7. They ended up coming 17-7 it was, the final result. But yeah, Brad Foote, Cameron Wilson, Nick Young, they were just very consistent bowlers. Always had bowls in the head. And the way Brad Foote the way he delivers those bowls so smoothly, he's always in the area. Yeah, tough opponents. You'll be seeing them here tomorrow though.
We will. We will absolutely be having a look at them tomorrow. And just a reminder, our co-commentator Daniel Nichols, he not only is a co-commentator and the voice of bowls in this region of the world, but a very handy bowler in his own right, and plays pennant for Ngambie, and he and his teammates Paul McInnes and Mal Williams of Kyabram made the semi-finals here of the men's triples.
That's the furthest we've ever gone as well, so it's an achievement alone. We're pretty happy with that.
We were just about going to mic you up for the men's triple final tomorrow if you made it. Though we might have had to turn the mic down a little for Mal, I think.
Yeah, Mal's a character. And he's still kicking on. Yeah, but I reckon this game will be in the bag if Long and Hanley win this end.
Yeah,
no doubt.
It's a long way back if they win this. 4 ends to go.
We've only 6 bowls, with a maximum of only getting 6 an end as well.
We saw this with the Edwardses versus Courtney Gabb in the women's triples a little earlier on. They just basically strangled them. They just literally just kept turning the screw, and you can when you're in this situation here. So the Ashbys need action and they need it fast.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there. It's made it very hard for a father to get in there now.
Just a reminder, our live stream coverage brought to you by Aussie Gutter Protection. Keeping leaves and debris out of your gutters. Contact Aussie Gutter Protection to find out more on 1300 885525 or at the website aussiegutterprotection.com.au, and we thank them for helping make our live stream possible.
Let's see what David can produce here. Needs to win this end. He's got 3 bowls. First one's not too bad, actually. Now, in Curtis's mind, in the same time, he's probably thinking, if I can get a multiple here, I'm very safe.
Correct. So how aggressive do you want to be?
So they're holding 3.
That's a lovely shot.
And very happy with that.
Yeah.
The Clayton Cobreds have had their that uniform for a while now, Guy.
They certainly have.
It was definitely good back in the day, wasn't it?
It's a very striking uniform. It's very recognisable. You see that in greens all over Melbourne, and Clayton have had so much success as a club in Metro Pennant. They're a very familiar sight, and boasting a strong lineup this year too. Not only have you got these Kelly McKerra in, plays for Clayton. Ali Forsyth plays for Clayton, New Zealand international. Tiffany Brodie has just moved to Clayton this season as well. And I believe Dylan Fisher is there as well. So it's a pretty impressive lineup.
Yeah, very impressive. They've always been strong though, haven't they?
Always have been, yes. Good club. Bowls Clayton.
So they might only be holding 1 shot here. Hasn't really got much on though. Like he can get the shot, but trying to get multiples at this stage of the game. He just gets around his daughter's bowl and comes off the shot bowl and picks up 2. Whether he risks it and plays weight, he's got the back one. But can't really see the jack going back into the ditch. It could kill. So big bowl here. He needs to get that jack. He's looking pretty good. David Ashby. Oh, great effort.
That's a
Very good bowl.
really nice bowl, but it is again 1 down.
So they're 11 up now.
Yeah, is that 1 or 2 there?
1.
1.
Yep.
So 14-4 to Long and Hanley. And this is the 12th end. So 4 ends to go, 10 shots down. The maths is getting more difficult. And I'm sure Mikayla, having graduated Year 12 this year, will know that. Wouldn't this cap off a big week for her?
Yeah, she's been leading pretty well over the last 3 or 4 ends.
It's also been a big week for Curtis too. Curtis has just picked up a job. He's had a bit of a gap year after he finished school last year.
Yeah, okay.
Had a bit of a gap year to concentrate on his bowls and you know, try and further himself. He's going to play the World Indoor, obviously. Took a bit of a gap year, and he's now got a job in Cobram. So it's been a big little while for him too. It's always a big thing in a young person's life, finishing school, getting a job. Life-changing things. Mikayla Long right on the jack. This is what she does really well.
It's what you want to see as well.
Yeah.
Leaders dobbing them on like that. Always 1 or 2 on and 1 behind, a little bit behind.
Yeah, just really a consistent bowler. And when she gets rolling, she gets rolling.
Now, Sarah's bowl turns here. Could be a great bowl. Look at this. Oh, what a ripper.
Oh, fantastic
Excellent.
bowl. Sarah Ashby, she's certainly not been overawed by the occasion. She's played some delightful lead bowls here.
Yep, she has.
And that was a cracker. It's about the best of the lot.
Yeah, Mikayla's bowls. Oh, I don't think she's got the weight.
Oh, it's pulled up again, hasn't it?
So big bowl here. If she can push it, push Mikayla's bowl out and get 2. Good setup for David to add to the head. Put the pressure on Curtis.
They need a big number, no question.
Oh, she's dropped short as well.
At this end, a couple have pulled up short.
Yeah, they
last
have.
couple of ends, and it's been this end. Change in temperature, a little bit of breeze coming through. You can feel a little bit of it's a slight breeze. It's only a slight breeze. You feel a bit of wind tunnel coming through here. This is actually on the side of our commentary position.
Can't see it affecting the bowls too much though.
Yeah, but it is really interesting how a lot have pulled up in the last couple of ends going this way. You're probably right, probably imagining it, but goodness me, it is really strange. You think they're going to carry through and they don't.
All right, Curtis.
Well, he's got the way.
He's got the gap. It's going for green bowl, pushing it out for a couple. If he gets the jack, he gets the jack. No real danger. It's nice and open there. So majority of the motels and hotels would have all been booked up for the Vic Open guy. All the boys down from Melbourne, interstate.
Well, we've had a lot. We've had 3,000 bowlers in the region for this event. 2,900 and change here for this event. And many of them are staying the week. There are locals, obviously, playing. A few
David
driving in.
here.
The Ashbys, they booked to Wednesday. They didn't think they'd be here.
Yeah, that's right.
So they've had to go to the emergency accommodation, stay another night.
So they'll play sectional play and see how we go. And they've done very well.
Certainly, I think a surprise to them that they've got this far. But that win over Jan Hurst and Dane McKinnon in the 16 was a really good win. Hurst and McKinnon had won an absolutely cracking match against Claire and Gary Sanders before that game, and they were playing great bowls. And McKinnon was absolutely on fire. So to beat them, they must be going well. And Jan's played terrifically throughout this tournament. She's gone very deep in the triples with Lisa Phillips and Edie Grinham. And that's a big scalp for
Yep.
17-year-old.
So whether or not David's probably only got 1 shot, Curtis is probably second. They've both got 1 bowl each. It'd be really good if David can get another shot in here and pick up 2, bring him within 8 shots. Let's see if Curtis can change it though. His last bowl wasn't too bad. Really good line, on a little bit through.
He's cheering this home.
He's bumped up his own. Yeah, definitely got the shot now. It's made it hard for David again.
Yeah. It's a recurring theme, isn't it?
David's
Curtis has
thinking,
just
oh,
done
how
that
can I get the
hard.
shot? Yeah, it's most likely just a forehand draw. They all get the bowls away very nicely, this mob.
Delivery is lovely from all players here.
Yeah, good bowl, David. Oh, is it going to pull up? Nah, look at that.
That's a great bowl, David Ashby. Well done.
He's kept him in the game.
He has. He's